what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Age of Extinction Voyager class Hound. So here he is, and I have the box. It's just in the garage on the shelf that I told you about, so I'm not going to get it down. I do have a minion though, a very scared minion. He's scared because I'm going to throw him. Its sword went further than he did. So yeah, here he is, and obviously there's a glaring difference between mine and the rest of them, is that this is painted and the rims are painted. Because I painted the rims and I'm testing to see if this color matched this, and obviously it didn't. On the other side it's normal, but yeah. And I've also painted the taillights and the guns, which I'll get to later. But this figure it's nice. It does roll. It rolls very well. Just like a car should. And he's an Oshkosh tactical military vehicle. And he actually has the Oshkosh logo there. There it is. Let's see if I can zoom in. Come on, there you go. See, it says Oshkosh right there. And getting into the detail here, you got very blurry. There you go. You got a very nice painted grille there at the front. You got some silver floodlights up here. You got some painted headlights down here. You got silver paint going up these pipes here, but not here. This is made out of a rubber, like this entire section here. So yeah, you got some nice yellow up here. You have the side mirrors. You have smokestack here. They actually painted the spare tire, which I'm super happy they did that. Then you got some nice panel lines going all the way throughout. You got a case of, I don't know, ammo, I guess. On the back you have some more panel lines and, excuse me, some blue. I don't know where that came from. But, yeah, there's just a blue splotch there. But you have taillights. I painted them because they were just green. And on the top you have a hatch molded in here, which doesn't open, but I kind of wish it did, because they could have done that, but oh well. You do have a port up here for the guns, and there's really no point for that. Then on the underside you can basically see the legs and inside. So yeah, that's about it for the detail of this guy. It's funny because his box has basically him in robot mode, then all the weapons take up the other half, and it's really, he comes with a lot. And first let's get to comparisons. So here he is with Skydive, and look what I found. I found his gun. I found his proper gun. No more streetwise shotgun. He has his proper gun now. But yeah, here he is next to a deluxe. This is a Voyager. This is a deluxe. This costs $30. This costs $15. Why is this bigger? And why is this made of better plastic? I don't know. Anyway, I did find someone he actually does scale with. And I'm happy because now this other character also has someone to scale with, which is this guy. And I think that's proper scale. And I'm super happy that Bone Crusher has someone to scale with now. Although when you get to robot mode, he gets taller and he stays this size. But yeah, that's how he scales with an older movie deluxe. And here he is with another Voyager, a good Voyager. Now obviously Soundwave's shorter, but he's taller and a lot fatter. Which this guy should be a lot fatter, considering the fact that in the movie he has a beer gut. But now, what was that noise? Anyway, for accessories, he does come with one of these, another one of these, one of these, another one of those, one of these, one of these, one of these, and a knife. Yes, that is a lot of guns. Now, taking a look at the first ones here, he's got these 5-barreled shotguns where the handles fold out. And they look super cool. It just sucks that they're not painted. But I rectified that. I painted one here. And let me know what you guys think of my paint jobs. Does this look good? Should I continue to do the rest of them? But yeah, I like how it turned out. I didn't paint the handle just because it's going to go in his hand and he'll probably scratch all the paint off, but I just think this looks a lot better than this. So yeah. He comes with those. He comes with 2 pistols. 2 regular handheld pistols. Again, not painted. But I did end up painting one as well. So there's that. He comes with a grenade launcher or flamethrower or something. I'm guessing it's a flamethrower because it's got the gas cans. But they have some really nice detail on them. They're all hollow on this side. That may bug some people. But again, not painted. I painted this one. I need to fix that little area there because I'm not finished this one. But yeah. He does come with this chunk of thing. I haven't finished painting this, that's why it looks crappy. But this big chunk of thing here, which you fold this down, compress it, fold this back. Now you have his triple barrel minigun from the movie. And this thing is cool. This is probably one of the coolest guns you can get with a transformer. It's better than this. A lot better than this. I mean, look at that. That looks really cool. I do quite like this gun. This is probably my favorite of the guns. Then he comes with a knife, which I blackwashed. I missed the spot there. The knife comes pre-painted in silver, which is also very nice. But yeah, those are his weapons. And they do have place to store on Hound, so I'll show you that. You want to take the gun, the Gatling gun here, and fold it back into its flat shape. Take the shotguns and fold their handles in. Now you have all his weapons prepped and ready to go. So, you want to take Hound, you want to fold these sections out here, take the pistols, and you want to put them in these little hollow bits right here, and they will tab in. There's a little green tab right there that goes into the slot that it's fit in there. So they both fit into the interior very nicely and are very well concealed. So then you just peg all this back together. There we go. And those store right there. And I love how the handles are cut on an angle so that it doesn't hinder his rollage. Like, he rolls perfectly fine. Now this gun, there are these 3 tabs, 2 there and 1 there, that plug into those ports right there on the gun. So you just line everything up and push it together. And there you go. Now the Gatling gun's stored. Then you want to take the flamethrowers, and there are these tabs that stick out that go into those slots right there. Just like that. And like that. Then you want to take the knife and you want to plug it into one of these 2 ports here. I generally just stick it in that one. You take it, plug it in, like so. This does hinder the rolling, as you can see there, and I'm so scared of it rubbing the silver off, so be careful with that. Then these shotguns, there are these square ports, and these square pegs, sorry, rectangles that just go there. There's one on the front here as well. And that is all of the weapons stored on Hound, which I think is awesome. I love how you can do that. Just makes for a very nice, clean little truck that actually looks like a military vehicle because it's stricken with weapons. Whereas you take this and it's just sticking off the top. So yeah. Now, the weapons do have a combination feature, which I will get to when I get to robot mode. So, to transform it, you want to take all of them off, except for the ones in here. They can stay there. You just take these, put them off to the side, and we'll get on to robot mode. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come under here, take this little panel, and fold it up, and he has his noggin. Now he can drive around with a tongue with a head on it. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but yeah. This actually looks kind of funny because it's just a brick with a head on it. Take that as you will. Next thing you want to do is you want to take this entire back section and split it just like that. My head's really loose, so it's going to come off. Then you want to take these wheels and fold them in. They do ratchet in for some reason. Then you want to take these sections here and just pull them out like you did when you were putting the guns in. Just like so. Then you want to come around here, take these and fold them out just like that. Then you want to take them, and these clips will clip over the side view mirrors here. I think this is a pretty cool piece where it just uses the side view mirrors to its advantage. Then you want to take the arms, you want to twist them and push. When you want to untab them, you want to twist them and push them back at the same time. So just like that. So if you pull them off, you're going to pull the tab right off. So twist and push back, and it comes off with the greatest of ease. Then you just extend the arms. They're on these double hinges, so you just extend them. Take this panel, fold it up, and then this peg will go in that port right there. Just like that. You take the waist and it's not a double hinge, you just shift it forward and fold down his feet. And there you have Hound in his robot mode. And he looks cool. He looks like Hound hit the gym for a long time to get rid of that massive gut that was just hanging off the front here. And yeah, this does look really, really nice, and I will paint this up to look more movie accurate, and I'll probably buy the upgrade kit to make him have his beer gut and stuff like that, but yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, head sculpt, let's just zoom in on that head sculpt, that beautiful little noggin there, I'm kidding. But it does look a lot like John Goodman. It reminds me if John Goodman had a big beard. Now, if my camera will stop focusing on my hand and focus on the actual... There we go. Now, this has some nice silver and black paint going on in there, and the green. This is a soft plastic. Just the front of the head is a soft plastic. The back of it's not. But yeah, the beard is a very soft plastic, so he can move his head. The eyes are nice and painted. And I wish he had light piping. That would have been really cool. But just getting into some of the other details, you got some silver there on the chest with some red. You got some more details. You got an Autobot symbol there and some mold flash. You got some silver here on the waist. The crotch section isn't painted. The kneecaps. You got some more silver on the legs. You have his tire feet. I like how they have the tire feet. His fists are nice and molded. You have another random paint splotch there, just red. I have no idea where that came from. It didn't come from me. It was there when I bought it. But he does have the bullet forearms. These are also soft material, so you can get wrist swivel. You have the RPG ammo on his shoulder. You have the actual headlights are on his shoulders now, but they're also right there. So I mean, yeah. You flip him around, he has this massive gap on his back, but the wheels kind of try to hide it, which I like. Hound butt. And then you have back here as well the heel spurs here. And a gun fell out. But yeah, that's about it for that. So the weapons can store on this guy, believe it or not. All of them can store still. So these guns can stay in his legs there, which makes a really cool display of having hip holster. What are they called? Ankle holsters, not hip holsters. But yeah, so you want to take the Gatling gun and transform it back into a Gatling gun. And first I'll show off like I wish it was a little bit more chunkier, because then it would look more movie accurate. Like here it looks way too skinny for Hound, but oh well. It does peg in. There are 2 ports at the back here, so you can peg it into whichever one you want. And again, it kind of sticks out a little bit too much, but that's okay. These, well, if I don't drop them, the flamethrowers can still holster on the hip bits here if you don't drop them. Come on, there we go. Oh, I need to leave these up. The shotguns, you keep them folded, and they're these 2 little pegs that are sticking out of the sides here. They do peg into these little ports right there on the underneath his armpits. So you take them and plug them in, just like that, and then the knife, that little peg that you plugged into the bottom of the truck, goes in his on his chest there, and there you have him all armored up. And I love how this works. I just love how this works. This just looks so awesome. And it gives him that bigger look now that all of his guns are on here. And I can't wait till I paint the rest because the painted ones look so nice. Well, to me anyways, I don't know. Again, tell me how they look. But yeah, overall, he is sort of leaning back a little bit. Like, you have to position him forward. If you stand him up straight, that's him standing up straight, and he's leaning back. So it's kind of weird, but yeah, they do look really nice. Everything looks super, super, super like Hound from Age of Extinction with all the, like, every time he'd sit down, he would pull out a whole bunch of guns just so that he could sit down, and I just think this looks really cool. But yeah, I'm just going to take them off because I'm going to show off what the guns do. They have one more feature. So, getting Hound out of the way here. How hard is it to tell that it's the next day? So, moving on to the weapon combination thing. So, first, there's only a little bit of transformation. That would be transforming these things back, which I already have them done, so yay. But the first thing you want to do is you want to take the Gatling gun here, and there are these two rectangular pegs sticking out of them. Let's just zoom in so you can take a look. There are these two rectangular pegs sticking out of them here that are out of focus. Why does my camera hate me? Oh, come on. There we go. Anyway, they're there, and you want to take these shotguns with their square ports like you did on the vehicle, and you just plug them in just like that. Then you want to take the flamethrowers, and there's a port at the back and a peg at the front, or peg at the back and a port at the front, and you just want to take them and wait for it. There you go. Oh, come on. You just want to plug it in. Then these two ports at the top will peg into these two pegs. You take it, peg it on the bottom there. Then you take the two pistols. They have the same peg at the back. You plug them into the middle of the shotguns, just like that, and just like that. Then you want to take the knife, and there's a peg at the back that plugs into the port on the front of the flamethrower to act as a bayonet, and it falls off. Ugh, everything's falling apart. Why are you falling apart? And there you have Hound's big gun of doom. And Hound can hold it. For God's sakes. Stupid piece of crap plastic. I hate the plastic on this guy. That's one thing I really hate, is that it does not hold up at all to be able to do this. Very simple thing is to combine guns. It just doesn't work properly on this thing. There we go. It is too heavy for his hand. That is a problem. But it does look massive and impressive and imposing and evil, and it's going to kill you and everyone you love. He's going to shotgun, then pistol, then flamethrower, Gatling gun, then he's going to shiv you with a knife. Anyway, that is... But for comparison quickly, here he is next to Skydive. And he's taller than a Deluxe, but only barely. Only barely. Here he is next to Bumblebee, just to show you how small he actually really is. This is the Deluxe Bumblebee, the one that I keep throwing around. He's a head taller. That's it. That's quite sad to be smaller than that guy. Here he is next to Bone Crusher. And again, he's a lot taller than Bone Crusher, so there's that. They should be to scale, but again, this guy doesn't scale with anything. Here he is with another green dude. There's Brawl. There's Brawl. here he is next to the Voyager Soundwave, and Soundwave is a whole head and a half taller, and they're both Voyagers. I know these were licensed to a knockoff company. I can't remember what they're called. I know the new Last Night toys were being licensed by another knockoff company called Simba something or other, aptly dubbed Simba the Humping Elephant by Thew. But getting off track there. Here he is next to a Bionicle, and the Bionicles are always also taller. And yeah, so that's comparisons. Articulation wise, getting that out of here. The head can rotate only about that far just because the beard gets in the way. The arms can do a full 360 degrees. They can go out. He does have a bicep swivel. These can also rotate. Like they're supposed to be here, but then you move them out of the way for elbow articulation, which he has double jointed elbows. The wrists do swivel. This plastic is made of a rubber so that the wrists can swivel. He does have, if you use the transformation joint and you're okay with there being a gap, he does have a diaphragm joint. So you can crunch, what is it, that far forward, and he can crunch that far back, which is very rare to see an ab crunch, even if it is just a transformation joint on a transformer. He does have a waist swivel. Legs can go forward, they cannot go back, they can go out about that far. He has an upper thigh swivel, single jointed knees that bend at 90 degrees, and the knee pads bend as well, which I think is a really nice touch. And he does have ankle pivot, which is really nice. So you can get him into some really nice looking poses. Let me just get him in one here. Just give him his shotguns here pretty quickly. So yeah, that's Hound, and Hound is a really good figure, and I highly recommend you pick him up. He's not the best Age of Extinction figure. I think that would have to go to Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, even though that one's not my favorite, but it is the better of the Voyagers, and his knee pad just fell off. That is a first. That is the first time that's ever happened. There we go. They just click on. But yeah, he's probably one of the better Voyagers, but he's not the best. He's probably the second best, but he's my favorite. There's a story with this guy. I was for a school project, we were making a trebuchet, no, not a trebuchet, a roller coaster for physics class back when I took it in grade 11, and we had to come up with a theme. So my group and I, because we're all nerds, we decided to do a toy box theme. So we went to Toys R Us and we bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I had been looking for this guy ever since it came out. And it never showed up in my area, ever. Not at the Walmart, not at the Superstore, not at the Toys R Us, not at the comic shop that was close by. Nothing had, not even the Nerd Block store had this. So that was kind of disappointing. But then when we went to the Toys R Us to get the stuff for the project, there were a whole bunch of these for $5 on clearance. $5. And the idiot me only buys one. I could have bought two and kept one in the box. But yeah, $5 for this thing. Very good deal for $5. $30? I don't know. Because I mean, right here, this hand, I think it's this hand. Yeah, the panel just comes right off. I mean, it looks a lot better, but the panel is not supposed to come off, and it just comes off on its own. It's really, really, really weird. But it just slides back on. This one doesn't come off, this one's glued on. But there are also, I don't know how well you can see this, but my camera's being a moron, there you go. I don't know how well you can see inside the middle barrel, but there are stress marks in there, and that was when I bought it, like right out of the box. There were stress marks in the barrels of the guns. Focus on the thing. There you go. But yeah, there were stress marks on the actual shotguns and in the flamethrowers as well. Now I have heard people complain about the Gatling gun here, where when you pull this down, it has caused stress marks on the hinge here and up top here. Mine doesn't have that problem because I read about it, and then
Like, I watched the reviews. I think it was Pia. His review had the stress marks in it, and I think Emgo as well. So when I actually bought this and I took the gun out and transformed it all for the first time, I'm very careful with it. That's why I'm going to paint it. So once I paint it, I'm going to have to leave it like this because I don't want to scuff the paint, which also helps me stop me from creating the stress marks on this thing. So yeah, there are stress marks in the holes at the top of here though, and in the barrels as well there are stress marks, and in here as well. So take that as you will. I like this figure. I think it's really nice, and I do recommend it a lot. It's probably one of the better Age of Extinction figures overall. So yeah, this has been my look at the Transformers Generations Voyager class Age of Extinction. There you go, Hound. And I'm that toy guy, and stay tuned for my next video.